Rain drizzled softly against the hospital windows as Daniel wiped the mop across the tiled floor. The night shift was quiet, except for the steady rhythm of beeping machines and the occasional cough from a patient down the hall. His hands were rough, his shoes worn, and his back ached from balancing 2 jobs, one at the hospital and another at a small grocery store across town. But still, he smiled. He had to. Smiling made it easier to forget that life hadn't given him much to hold on to. He was 19, a scholarship student at the local university, studying mechanical engineering by day and cleaning hospital floors by night. He lived in a tiny one-room apartment with peeling walls and a flickering bulb, but he carried a heart full of determination. His mother used to tell him, even the smallest light can push away the darkest night. He lived by that. It was on one of those cold, lonely nights that he first saw her, the nurse with the gentle voice and eyes that seemed to carry entire stories within them. Her name tag read, Lily. She was around his age, maybe a year older, with auburn hair tied neatly under her cap and a calm confidence that stood out among the busy staff. He'd see her often, helping patients, comforting families, staying late to finish charts long after others had gone home. She was kind to everyone, even to him, the janitor no one really noticed. Working another double shift, Daniel, she'd ask softly, offering a warm smile as she handed him a cup of coffee from the vending machine. Yeah, he'd reply with a tired grin, trying to save up for next semester's books. She always admired that about him, his drive, his humility, his refusal to give up even when the odds seemed cruel. But he never knew that behind her kind eyes, Lily carried her own secrets. She wasn't just a nurse. She was the daughter of Thomas Sterling, one of the wealthiest CEOs in the city. Her father owned the very hospital Daniel worked in. But Lily never told anyone. She wanted to prove that she could build her life without her father's influence, that compassion and hard work meant more than wealth or privilege. Weeks turned into months, and their paths kept crossing. Late-night conversations turned into laughter, laughter turned into friendship, and before long, Daniel realized he looked forward to those moments more than anything else in his long, exhausting days. One evening, as he finished mopping the hall, he gathered his courage and approached her. His hands trembled slightly as he held the mop handle like a shield. "Hey, Lily," he began, nervously clearing his throat. My college is having this winter dance next weekend. I know it's probably not your thing, but, would you, maybe, be my date?" Lily blinked in surprise, then smiled, her eyes softening. "You're asking me?" "Yeah," he said with an awkward laugh. "I mean, I'm not exactly smooth or anything, but you make long nights a little brighter. I thought maybe, we could have some fun outside this place." Her heart melted. No one had ever asked her something so genuine, so unpolished, so real. She nodded. "I'd love to." That night, Daniel could barely sleep. For the first time in months, he felt like life was giving him a reason to dream again. But reality, as always, had its own plans. A few days later, a luxury black car pulled up outside the hospital. The staff whispered and stared. The CEO himself had arrived. Thomas Sterling was known for his stern demeanor and intimidating presence. He walked through the hall, talking with the hospital director, until his gaze fell on Lily. "Lily," he said firmly, "I've been looking for you." The staff watched in confusion. Lily, the CEO's daughter. Daniel, standing by his mop bucket, froze in disbelief. He listened as Mr. Sterling spoke in a tone that left no room for argument. "You've proven your point. You've worked enough to see what the real world looks like. Now it's time to come home. You have responsibilities, and I won't let you waste your time pretending to be a nurse." Daniel felt his chest tighten. CEO's daughter. The realization hit him like a punch. He had asked a billionaire's daughter, a woman completely out of his league, to a dance meant for struggling students. He tried to disappear, quietly pushing his cart down the hall, but Lily saw him. She stepped forward. "Dad, I'm not leaving yet. I made a promise to someone." Her father frowned. "A promise?" "Yes," she said firmly. "To Daniel, the one person here who treats me like a person, not a last name." Murmurs filled the hallway. Daniel's face turned red with embarrassment. He wanted to sink into the floor. "Lily, please," he whispered. "You don't have to." But she turned to him with a look that silenced him instantly. Daniel, I'll be at that dance. Don't you dare back out. The night of the dance came. Daniel wore a borrowed suit, 2 sizes too big, and polished shoes that had seen better days. The venue sparkled with lights and laughter. He waited near the entrance, heart pounding, half convinced she wouldn't come. Then she appeared. Lily stepped in wearing a simple but elegant blue dress, her hair down for the first time since he'd known her. Heads turned, whispers followed, everyone knew who she was now. But she didn't care. She walked straight toward him. You came, he breathed, smiling in disbelief. Of course, she said softly. You asked me, didn't you? The night unfolded like a dream. They danced under twinkling lights, laughed like old friends, and for a few hours, they forgot about the world outside, the wealth, the struggles, the barriers. There was only them. But the story didn't end there. The next morning, a photo of them at the dance went viral. CEO's daughter seen with janitor. The headline blared. Daniel was called into the dean's office. The scholarship board was concerned about public attention. The hospital cut his hours, saying it was a temporary adjustment. It was as if the universe had decided he had flown too close to the sun. Lily was furious. She confronted her father. You said you built this company from nothing, Dad. Well, Daniel's doing the same. The difference is, he's doing it with integrity. Thomas Sterling was silent for a long time. He had built his empire through sheer will, but somewhere along the way, he had forgotten what it meant to start from the bottom. Lily's words hit him hard. A week later, Daniel received a call. The hospital was offering him a new position, assistant technician in the maintenance department, with full benefits and support for his studies. He didn't understand why until he saw Lily waiting for him outside, smiling. My father wanted to meet you, she said softly. He said you reminded him of himself, back when he still believed in people more than money. Daniel shook his head in disbelief. Lily, I don't know what to say. Say you'll keep dancing, she whispered. Because you deserve every light in the world. Years later, Daniel graduated with honors, became a respected engineer, and helped design affordable prosthetics for underprivileged patients, a project sponsored by none other than Sterling Medical Foundation. And through every success, he never forgot the night when he asked a nurse to a dance, not knowing she was a CEO's daughter, and how that simple act of courage changed both their lives forever. Because sometimes, kindness and sincerity can build bridges that even money never could.